Hey everyone, it's either real Randy Chavez coming at you from my rostrum to deliver the worst news if you don't have Twitter. It's a post by Vivi Magic, which I'll read right now. Quote, "I have one power, I never give up." End quote. Batman. You lived, loved, and fought with a vengeance. I'm so grateful to have the most badass angel heaven has ever received watching over me now. Silicone Secure will forever be the heart of the Vivi fam, and that is to let everyone know that unfortunately our great pillar in the Vivi community, Silicone Secure, has passed away. Wrote a message out saying, "This drink is for you, Silicone." I've had many drinks for him since then. Fate has ordained that you be with God now. You were the first to take the leap on the Vivi app in a big way. Your stack of Todds are legendary. You are mourned by your family, your friends, and the community. In your absence, you bind more tightly our feelings for one another, and in the collectibles we buy, we see heroes of our childhood. Now, our heroes are epic men of flesh and blood, such as yourself. Others, like myself, will follow your examples of what it means to be a collector at heart, as well as being a good man. You will remain foremost in our hearts. And for every person who uses and looks at the bat signal in the Viviverse will come to know what they're enjoying, will forever hold a piece of you. We love and miss you, friend. And every meeting I have this week, I will dedicate and think of him. So that is the bad news. However, the show must go on. So there is a bit of Vivi and OMI news we'd like to go over today for everyone. And everyone comment F down below to pay respects to the best of us, Silicone. Let's get to it. OMI is up a little bit on the day, up about 2.6%, not bad, despite only having about $750,000 in volume. And the chart looks pretty good. It does look like it'll probably go up a little bit more before it goes down and consolidates. Kind of happy about that. And then as far as the rest of the market is confirmed, the rest of the market has not been doing that good. I mean, not horrible. Dogecoin was the only one down over 1%. It was down about 2.6%, and Solana down at about 2.5%. Everything else in the top 10 was down less than 1%, but nothing was up. The only thing that was up is Toncoin in the top 20, and then Leo token in the top 25. I'm not really sure what those are, but that is how OMI has compared to the rest of everything over on the market. Anyway, Vivi app time, Vivi news time. We have Jason Pena, who had gone over yesterday on the live stream and said, "Suddenly bullish on animated collectibles for the Viviverse. My kids always ask, what does it do when I'm on the app?" So that kind of gives you a little insight on what kids are doing and what they like. And they like it when things move. They don't like things that are just stationary. They like it when things are about and active and doing something, whether it is sound, animation, whatever. We'll get into the X-Wing and R2-D2 in a minute. In the macro, just in, Visa introduces a way to pay gas fees on Ethereum with your credit card. All right, Visa. All right, I see you. I see what you're doing there. In some other news, we have Charles Delgado saying, "Big move today. Hopefully mint numbers matter in the future." This person got the Ghost Rider, first appearance of Ghost Rider, number 203. That is a very low mint number. There's probably not too many that are below that, if there are any at all. He tagged me and a bunch of other people in there. So also in the macro, we have Gian FR NFT. That's Gian FR NFT, saying, "I'm in tears right now. I just discovered I got my wallet drained overnight. My Captain, my Cubes, my Azuki, my Grape, my ETH, everything that was valuable. Worst is, this wasn't because I signed anything, but instead someone who directly from my wallet accepted the bids and then transferred the funds to a fresh new wallet. If anyone like Zach XBT is able to help me understand how this happened, I would truly appreciate it." Self-custody can be good if you have something like for example, a lot of where I keep my OMI on is several different trust wallets. They're never on the internet. They're never on anywhere else. I don't store NFTs on them. I don't connect them to anything. They're about as safe as you can get. I think maybe the next safest might be a ledger, but the ledgers are, again, they're slightly more confusing than Trust Wallet, and there's always that chance for human error, and maybe I don't trust myself that much. So I use the Trust Wallets. They're nice and easy. And like I said, don't if you have something that you're storing super valuable, make it someplace that is not available for anyone to see. Put the passcodes in a different place. Go and put it in somewhere that nobody knows where it is. And maybe in the event of an untimely demise, leave directions for someone that you trust. Say, here's where to go, here's how to get it, etc., etc. But for right now, I'm very happy that Vivi is a walled garden. Cryptoys is doing something similar with Vivi, or something similar as Vivi, as in they're having that walled garden, because that just protects people. Anywho, moving on. People on the Twitter were talking about Swamp Thing yesterday, and David Yu had responded, "Please seriously consider the Swamp Thing is one of our best." Now, they are making a movie out of Swamp Thing. It is going to be a horror movie. It's the first DC horror movie, so that'll be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to see what they do. Again, Swamp Thing is very versatile. He's almost immortal. He can hold back. He's held back Superman before. He could even go, and if he goes and someone decides to, make him non-existent in this universe, he can connect to his consciousness in another universe. So he can he's almost immortal, or as close as you can get to that. And we have Alexander Crypto saying, "I've got a question for the Vivi fam." And it comes from a viral TikTok. It says, "I have a question." Normally it says, "I have a question for men. Where all your blank at?" Or men that don't have blank. Where are you? Anyway, this lady says, "I have a question for the Vivi fam." And the question in the edited TikTok was, when Pokemon, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. And David goes and he responds, Pika. To my knowledge, and again, obviously, I only know what's public, but I, interpret data a little bit differently. So like, okay, well, Randy Chavez, what do you think of this? I think that I know Pokemon more intimately than almost any other company outside of Vivi or maybe Tesla. And when I say that, I mean Pokemon and Nintendo, because Nintendo owns about 33% of Pokemon. And I went over this on live the other day. I won't go too much into it, but there is, I think, two scenarios that lay before us. One scenario is that Pokemon will go with Vivi, because over there they're quite intelligent, and they recognize that all of the other platforms are not operating as they, the creators and the founders would like them to. Some of them have even said, "Hey, we're done. Bankruptcy done. Rug done." And even the ones that are still around, most of them aren't making that much money. And if they are, it's, a fair amount. Whereas Vivi's absolutely crushing it. Made $351,000 in the last 2 days, just on the just on the primary, not including the secondary market. So either Pokemon, the people that are there, they recognize that and say, okay, a lot of these companies are failing, but Vivi's not. And it's not the fact that they're thriving. It's why are they thriving? It's because they're making a lot of money. It's because the community is just the best. It is the best community and it's the type of people in that community that most of them are employed full-time, most of them are successful, most of them have a lot of money and money to spend that can raise $300,000 in 2 days. Jesus. However, there is another scenario, a scenario in which Pokemon and Nintendo do not go with Vivi. They are immune to David's charm, his sartorial charm that he wears upon his person, the flow of his perfect hairline. And they say, yes, even though you can speak our language and you are a true collector and a proven system of success in everything that you've done, we at this time don't feel the NFT market is good or here to stay. So we're not going to NFTs. Or if they do go into NFTs, they might do it by themselves. But I'll tell you this. The same as in that scene of Breaking Bad where Jesse goes to Mike Ehrmantraut, the private investigator, says, "Yo, Mike, they're like serious. Are we okay?" And then Mike goes, "Listen, Jesse, either we're all making it out or none of us are." Either Vivi is going to get Pokemon or nobody is. Vivi will get Pokemon or Nintendo and Pokemon will roll it out themselves. I would put it at a 60-40 chance that Vivi does get Pokemon. They very well could have done something in the background. They very well could have done and said like, hey, we have this, it's done now, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and they go and they're just waiting X amount of months or years, whatever, to say like, hey, we're good. But I think that's just David kind of teasing a little bit, maybe knowing that someone at Pokemon might watch this video, someone will get covered, it'll get picked up at some way, and then they'll say, oh, okay, that's him saying, hey, the community's really excited, and the more that the community goes and squeaky wheel gets the grease, the more the community goes and complains about it, says like, hey, we want Pokemon, maybe that will entice Pokemon to come. So if anyone at Pokemon is listening, I will let you know this. I have had my fingers on the pulse, the heartbeat of this community, since I was a child. And I will let you know this. Out of the big people that will spend tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, you have a kind of a split. 50% of people are like, on NFTs when asked. Take it or leave it. They don't really care one way or the other. Not that they would really buy it, but not that they hate it. A good 30% of the people are just like, ew, NFTs are gross. If Pokemon does this, I will, lose faith in the company. People that do this are trash. The people that are uneducated about what NFTs can actually be. And then you have the 20% of people that say, hey, they're going to live by the creed of the song in the third season. You had Kanto in the first season, you had Orange Islands in the second, and you had Johto in the third, where they go and they say, it's a whole new world we live in. It's a whole new place to see. It's a whole new place with a brand new attitude, but you still gotta catch them all and be the best that you can be. 20% of people will say, shut up and take my money. I want anything Pokemon, I want NFT related, whatever, it doesn't matter. They will go and live by that creed because it is a whole new world. And it's a whole new place to see, and they're going to have a brand new attitude, and they will still try to collect them all. I don't know if that really does so much Vivi as much Pokemon NFTs in general, but yes, I will say that proven system of success is Vivi, and that is your best option. Are there other options? Sure, but Vivi is your best option. Moving on, we have Vivi Viral talking about OMI interoperability. Should have talked about this beforehand, saying OMI to NFT accessories with circulating supply burns, MCP rewards and leaderboard, bronze tickets, large exchanges, ramped up marketing, smaller cash out fee, Viviverse, crypto pay-in, and anime. And there's a lot of things to talk about with anime as well, because David just had a new interview today, and there's a couple things to go over. I'll go over one right now, and then we'll go over the other in a minute. So David had said a couple things, talking about Fidgetals a little bit. There's a secret project that he's going on and talking about in this interview. I don't really know what it's about, but he's saying that the app will get a facelift. David's not confirming anything will happen soon. He's just saying that it will happen eventually. So I'm pretty excited that what's going to happen, that they're not giving timelines, they're not giving dates, but they are just saying that, hey, there are other things coming. Such as what Vivi Meister has said, saying, besides the musical vertical, Phygital Market will be vertical, and another secret project to always be ahead of the market curve that we don't talk about. Sports vertical was not mentioned. I thought that was interesting. The Vivi app will be refreshed, like I said, an entire facelift, and it's all a matter of priority. When the part of the market, talking about Japan, does catch up, anime is going to be a major part. And transfers. Unfortunately, due to regulatory concerns and uncertainty, the AML law is not coming back anytime soon. So, no transfers for quite a while. And David on Vivi offline and cloud computing versus edge computing. Well, what is edge computing in regards with mobile digital collectibles, platform like Vivi? Edge computing refers to the practice of processing data closer to its source rather than sending it to a centralized cloud server. In the context of a mobile digital collectibles platform like Vivi, edge computing could involve performing certain computations, data storage, and processing on the user's device itself or on nearby servers. Reducing latency and improving performance, this approach is particularly beneficial for real-time interactions, such as trading or displaying collectibles, as it can enhance the user experience by reducing delays or dependence on a certain system. And those are some of the other stuff that happens with David. I haven't watched all of the interview as of yet, but it is supposedly very good. Speaking of stuff going on today, Star Wars, like I said, 350,000 over in the last 2 days, 210,000 of which were today. And I know it says, well, that doesn't make sense. There was 3,800 collectibles, minus 90, there's 3,710. We should have a little bit more than that. And normally you'd be correct. But today, Vivi didn't just keep 90 back. They kept 290 back. Instead of having 3,710 available, there was only 3,510 available. And again, we still sold out very, very quickly. And then everything is above retail, which is good. And there's a lot of people that are collecting a lot of these. 2 of my whales have 2 sub 100s. Another one of my whales have 3. Another one has 7. Like there's a lot. There's a lot of people that are stacking this. This is very significant. It's very important. And I know there are some people that were in, their home space or in AR trying to put R2D2 in the cockpit where the droids go, and they're saying, hey, I thought Vivi said it's supposed to be interoperable, it's supposed to be interactive. What's going on? So they did say that in some spots of the Vivi-verse, you may see something from that droid set. I don't think C-3PO is going to be in there, but it could be R5, most likely R2. Everyone would want that in there. Even though R5 was technically Luke's first choice, didn't want R2 at first. You got to be patient with that. Now, it could be a couple of months before you do that. We could get to the home space and it still not work. It could only be a certain part of the Vivi-verse that will have that particular thing. So, like I said, I'll keep you posted. Also, as far as the Disney Princess drop, the team continues to work through the delivery and refund queue from the Friday's Disney Princess poster drop. We are working toward a full resolution as soon as possible. Thank you for your understanding and ongoing patience. Oddball Sports posts, hey, how it's going versus how it started, and basically started with the mess, and then you happen to have a lot neater place. I don't know if that was his man cave or whatever, but Oddball Sports goes and shows why everyone will be starting digital collecting at some point. It is a lot less messier than you would think. Oh, look at that. Metaverse Life has 7 of those X-Wings. Probably interesting. First appearance of the Uncanny Avengers, aka the Avengers Unity Squad, will appear in a couple of days. That will come out after the weekend. And then you have... something that I noticed on this one is Daredevil number 25, which is the first appearance of Elektra, or Elektra as Daredevil. This had 30,000 editions, and there was only 100 of them in the market. So I bought a couple. Again, just scrolling, looking for cheap comics. The first one, the common, was $1.90. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty legit. But yeah, going back to that, I'll actually look for it again, and I'll show you right now. If you take a look at the numbers, that is only 1/3 of 1% that was out there. Now there's a little bit more out there now. There's 102. But yeah, these are very, very scarce for the amount. 30,000 editions, only 100. Again, that is 1/3 of 1% of the entire supply that's on the market. Very, very scarce. We have Clever Jerk saying, welcome to Speculation Sunday. Clever Jerk has the number 1980, number 420, number 1337, and number 616 of the Uncanny X-Men number 30. Why? Because it is rumored, Uncanny X-Men number 30 is the first appearance of Dazzler, and it is rumored that Taylor Swift will play Dazzler in Deadpool 3. And Taylor Swift is like our generation's Michael Jackson. Now, obviously not nearly as popular, not nearly as international as Michael, but again, our version of that. And everyone will go see it. Everyone will go get anything attached to that character, such as the comic. And again, this is just a rumor. It's not 100% confirmed, but if it is, this is going to pop off like Vesuvius. So, as most of you know, this is a whale weekend week. One whale had come up on Friday, left on Saturday. Another whale's coming up tonight, another one on Tuesday, another one on Wednesday. There's just a whole bunch of whales coming in this week, a bunch of things to go over. And what I said, I'll go over it right now. In my video the other day, I'd said, hey, this is a conversation I had with a whale, brought up the gold and silver logo. Here's what I told him. And I got a bit of hate for that. There's someone that says, hey, there's a reason this person gets 0 likes. This is a top shiller. And this person I had known previously, and I want to tell you, why I'm not shilling. But the reasons why behind I made that video, and why I'll continue to mention this. I say, dear person, hey friend, it's been a while. I hope you and your brothers are doing well. The reason for this video wasn't to shill. I've always said that information should be free, and that's why I don't have a private Patreon or Discord that you have to pay for. That's why I answer every single comment on YouTube. I made this video because I have a bunch of whale meetings this week, and this was the subject of the first one. And when he told me to tell him why he should get a logo, I gave him a bunch of information that I hadn't yet put together and said publicly. So instead of keeping that information on the gold and silver Vivi logo private and being accused of malfeasance, I decided to make the info public so that it's fair. I hope this sheds some light on why I made the video. I will be going over things like that again and again and again this week to no avail to the whales, and if some people don't want to hear it, they don't have to, but this is information I do feel obligated to put out there because, like I said, information should be free. Information should not be behind a walled garden. It is to everyone's own prerogative what they want to do with that information, how they interpret it. It's going to be interpreted differently by everyone. Again, just doing what I've done since 2020, talking about what I'm excited about, talking about what I'm passionate about, and listing my moves. The moves that I'm making, the moves that whales are making, and vice versa. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone says, we love you, Dashi. We love you, Silicone. And I will talk to you guys later. I love you all.